family and close friends of ours. So April 3rd was my dad's birthday, and April 22nd was the day he passed away. And April is also the beginning of the Met season, which is a special time for Svensens and a lot of family around here. So it's a pretty sentimental time for us. So a little bit, that's why we're having it in April. And a little bit about the run itself. So Sig here is actually one of my dad's best friends, and they both grew up in this area. So throughout their life, they would do this run over and over, and my understanding is, Sig can talk after this, but my understanding is that they'd have a nice friendly run out to the second bridge, and then they'd compete coming back. So Sig now lives out in San Francisco, but just after my dad passed away, he actually came out here, and we usually do some physical activity when he comes out, and get some food after. So he brought us here to do this run that my dad has done a bunch. So we got to do the run, and I got to learn about it for the first time back in 2012. And it ended up, I honestly didn't think that much of it when we went out. And to be honest, I didn't take it too seriously, but the outcome of it was pretty special. So there's two main things that I've learned from doing this run. And the first is, it's a great time for people that knew my dad to just think about the memories that you've had with him. A lot of times when you run, you kind of go into a different zone, and it's a nice healthy way, at least for me once a year, to really think about those times and the positives. And the second thing that really makes this run special for me is that it reminds me of how terrible of a runner I am. But I try to make the best out of that. So what my dad really was the one to keep me in check when I would do things, say, at 80%. He would always be the one, hey, imagine if you gave that 20% extra. Imagine where you could be if you gave 100%. So this run is a good reminder for me, even though I really have had a lot of blessings throughout the past couple years. It's a good reminder to come out here and remind myself, hey, there's always a little more you can give. Because with running, you could always push yourself a little bit harder, get there a little bit faster, make it a little bit farther. So it's a good reminder and place for me once a year to say, hey, what are areas in my life where I'm only giving 80%? Where can I give 100%? Because my dad's story is a really good story for all of us to understand that, hey, we might not be here next year. You don't know when you're going to leave this earth. So it's important to give things 100%. So when you go, you didn't leave gas in the tank. So that's why this run is really special to me. And when we go out there, I'd encourage you to try and give it 100% and think about the memories. If you knew my dad, the memories that you have with him, and if you never met him, just think about areas where you think you could be pushing yourself a little bit harder or doing a little better, and think about ways to overcome that. So with that, thank you all for coming out. It is really special. Everyone who's here, I really do appreciate it. And I'll turn it over to Christian if you want to